Welcome back, party members, to the progress report number 7 for the Coffin of Andy and Leyley. Of course, right when I hit upload on the previous one and started getting that going, they released the 7th one this morning. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at it. This one is titled The Developer Response. I have not taken a look at this one yet, so we will be kind of going through it together, and hopefully this is the response we're all wanting, but we shall see. Our first image has Andrew and Ashley at a gas stop with the text, "Wanna douse yourself in gasoline and play with the lighter?" You know, the usual fun stuff that we like to do at any gas station across the country. And we're given a very obvious yes or yes as the options there. Not sure if that's going to be an actual choice in there. Maybe you get to a point where Andrew's mental state is deteriorated enough that he's just like, all right, time for us to choose a way out, and this is it. Or it'll be one of those like satirical bits. And then following it up, we have Ashley in kind of a weird six-eyes demon type area where the unreachable stairs taunt you. We have a little eye here on a stand. We have eyes written in what we can only assume to be blood kind of going up along the walls, or some, you know, guiding red paint. And otherwise, the room is pretty decrepit. So, not sure if this is going to be something either tied to the cult or maybe like a weird dream world, like with a lot of what we've already been seeing so far. It could also be a puzzle. We do have like maybe like a sun, like a half sun and a moon icon on the floor. Not too sure. Yeah, I mean, the environment looks cool. It looks like Nemly and Kit 9 are kind of going all out with the environments in this new Chapter 3 update, so it is cool to be in more than just one location. And then for our next picture, we actually finally get Ashley as a teenager high school era, kind of like what we've been seeing with Andrew. And Ashley's just saying, "Please help me, oh handsome prince, I'm a parched poor maiden in distress." And, you know, she's sitting on his lap in class. We can kind of see where the rumors might be coming from with this image alone. And Andrew just kind of looks unfazed. He's holding his book. He's like, "Ashley, please, I'm trying to study, and yet here you are just jumping right on top of us." I would have to see a little bit more in this image, but the physics of this do look a little weird, because wouldn't Andrew's waist be like down here, and then we have the desk edge right here, and she's just kind of like floating? So she might have incredible grip strength. She's just holding her entire self up by Andrew's shoulder and his cheek. But I also know that it is just the artistic style of the image, so yeah, it's more just for fun there. No real points docked or anything. And then for the final image this week, we have Ashley with 6 eyes. Not sure if he's following her around or if it's just something that we find in the world. And she's just like, "Oh my, and who is this handsome fellow?" Looking at someone in the bed. We can't really tell who it is. Maybe it's a skull. It doesn't really have any hair. Maybe some little eye slits there. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, the room looks nice. A few different types of flowers and plants. We got a magic orb, weird spooky hand plant, little spooky hand plants. You know, the usual fun stuff we like to see in Six Eyes' attic. But again, I mean, the environments in this episode are looking amazing. This one really reminds me of almost like a series of unfortunate events style, like room that you would see, where you have like the massive panes of glass, the giant skylights, just stuff like that, where it's very, like out of the norm. But yeah, I really like it so far, and I'm interested to see more. Every time I see these, I'm like, hey, yeah, no, these are actually pretty awesome looking. And then moving down to the progress report, voting results and our response. Thanks for all the feedback for the new episode 2 bad endings. While it appears that the yays have it, a lot of fair points were raised by many for and against it, which is good, because I know that there were definitely a lot of complaints with how those endings would have come into play, especially with how like Andrew's character was written for his ending. And it looks like it was decided that these gag endings would fit best as bonus content. This allows them to stay as is, but not be too jarring to the main story experience. That is great. I'd much rather have them thrown in as extra content than an ending that you might just accidentally stumble upon. And as it turns out, there are already plans for a game feature that provides unlockable bonus content. It is something that will start becoming accessible in the next major release, and these endings will get moved there. Sweet. And then, given how well the thread discussion went, we'll likely create more of these on-platform polls. There are occasionally things we're on the fence about that could benefit from getting some initial impressions. Okay, sounds good. And then, branching unchanged, worth mentioning, additional endings such as these are never intended to replace any existing content. If they went in as is, the other options would still exist, and all story branches would remain unchanged. That's good to know, that it's not something that would be thrown in there, and then all of a sudden we're just like accidentally stumbling upon new endings and routes for the content that we've already played. And then, yeah, they talk more about the translation tool. It's currently in the process of being updated. It needs to be overhauled, provide an easy way to update existing translations. And, yeah, it'll release with a new episode with updated documentation. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Sadly, no video in this one. That's kind of what I was hoping for, because it is nice actually seeing how scenes are being portrayed. Alrighty, and then the one final thing that we do have is the cover image for the progress report that we don't actually see within the progress report itself. And it looks like in this one we do see a lucky or unlucky fisherman holding up one of the skulls of either Mr. or Mrs. Graves. And I'm not sure if this will be in the actual chapter or if it was just made for the cover image itself. But yeah, looks like unfortunately those skulls were probably a bit more buoyant than we thought. And the fisherman is in for quite a surprise if he ever learns the truth. But yeah, there we have the progress report itself. I was kind of hoping with a title like Developer Response we were going to get something in response to the recent drama, but doesn't look like we're getting anything there anytime soon or at all. So yeah, again, since this is being posted the same day as the other one, let me know if you do want me to make a video covering that. And then other than that, we don't really have much else to talk about. There are no release dates in this progress report, so hopefully we see something soon. But yeah, other than that, I will see you in a month for progress report number 8. And yeah, thank you for coming out today, party members, and thank you to all the new party members that have been joining us recently. My name is Haven, and I hope to see you in the next one, where we, I don't know, hopefully get a release date or something. Bye-bye.